Good evening, everybody. This is Jason from Atomic Martians Toy Reviews, and tonight I present a Marvel Universe double feature. I will be reviewing the Doctor Strange figure and the Skaar figure, both of these from Series 3. So, stay tuned. Alright, first up, I'm going to review the Skaar figure. Here he is in package. To tell you the truth, I don't really know very much about either character, Doctor Strange or Skaar. On the back here it says, "Not many beings can match the raw strength and power of Skaar. The son of Hulk has few weaknesses. His regenerative abilities, coupled with the old power inherited from his mother, allows him to keep on fighting no matter the opponent or terrain. Skaar has battled some of the world's worst villains and has always emerged victorious." So what I gather from that is he is World War Hulk's son. He actually looks a lot like World War Hulk, and I have that figure to compare him to. On the package, of course, he's Series 3, number 16. On the back here is another picture of Skaar, picture of this dumbass, I don't know who that is. And then it has some of the other figures in the line, Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange, and Falcon. On the front here, of course, we have the art, which, no offense to the artist, I'm not a big fan of this art style. I'm more of the cartoony look of the comic books, and this art style doesn't really appeal to me that much. But I'm sure some people out there like it, so flame away. Feel free to tear me a new one in comments. But overall, he looks awesome, and obviously this is a deluxe figure. He's much larger than the average Marvel Universe figure. So let me get him out of package and we'll check him out. Alright, here he is out of package with his trusty sword in hand, ready to jack people up. Now, I must admit, I'm not a huge Hulk fan. I'm more of a X-Men and Spider-Man fan out of Marvel, so I don't know a whole lot about World War Hulk or the line, really. But I mainly picked this guy up because I was so impressed with the first World War Hulk Marvel Universe figure they made that I thought, hey, you know, what's better than having one World War Hulk, having two World War Hulks. So here he is out of package. He has his sheath for a sword. Let me kind of take his sword out here. Well, it goes the other way. Anyway, it goes in here like that. There you go, so you can carry a sword around. He has a bunch of really cool tribal tattoos all up and down his arm and on his chest and area. He has the long hair, very Glenn Danzig looking World War Hulk version. And then of course he has like the cloth and rags and stuff like that that his father also comes with. He has a little bit of armor here on the side. It looks like it's been battle worn. There's some scratching and scarring on the armor. And overall, I mean, he has a very intimidating, angry looking face. Here he is at a little bit more of a distance. Kind of you could get the whole idea of what the figure looks like and size. And I will grab the World War Hulk figure and we can do a comparison with that too. So here he is kind of standing up. Alright, here is the father and son duo. Let me get a closer look and I'll compare the two. Now they don't share the same body. It doesn't look like. Skaar has a little bit more of a built, muscular frame. Their arms might be very similar. It looks like Hulk is a little bit more battle worn. His skin has more wrinkles and stuff in it, and Skaar's arms and stuff like that are much more smooth. I guess that they did that to kind of reflect his age, how he's much younger than Hulk. So Hulk is a little bit more beat up and worn out. Obviously there's a noticeable head size difference. Skaar has a much larger head than Hulk. The color pigmentation, it looks like Hulk is just a hair more green than Skaar. Skaar is a little bit more of a darker army green. Hulk is more of a brighter atomic green almost. And I think Hulk has a little bit more armor, obviously on his arm here and his shoulder, and you know, on his legs. So overall, I like the Skaar figure. He definitely fits in the World War Hulk world, and he will look really cool sitting on a shelf right next to his dad. I think I like his father figure just a little bit better. I like some of the detail and more of the accessories and armor and stuff like that that he comes with. But overall, you know, for For a Marvel Universe figure, I think this guy looks great. Very good detail, very well sculpted, and I like the fact that they just didn't pop a new head on the old World War Hulk body, and give you that. So that's definitely a plus in my book. So overall, I definitely would pick him up. All right, next up we have Doctor Strange. Now, once again, I don't know very much about this character either. I don't recall ever reading a Doctor Strange comic book. He looks cool though. It says Doctor Strange is one of the most accomplished masters of the mystic arts in existence and an inspiration to armchair sorcerers across multiple worlds. His ability to execute seemingly impossible spells and teleportations is legendary. Mystical artifacts like the Red Cloak of Levitation and the Eye of Agamotto only enhances the mystical abilities and legend of Doctor Strange. Now, Hollywood has been toying with the idea of making a Doctor Strange movie for a long time. They might actually do it, so that would be interesting, more of a modern take on this character. But I really think this character looks cool. Like, as soon as I found out this wave was coming out, and the first pictures I saw, I was like, I gotta get a Doctor Strange figure. This guy looks awesome. His packaging, once again, done by the same artist that did Skaar. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of his artwork. I think some of the other artists that they commissioned for these series did a little bit better job, something a little bit more appealing to me. But whatever floats your boat. If you like them, then more power to you. And of course on the back it has a picture of the figure, which probably looks 1,000 times better than the actual figure in the box. And of course this Joker right here saying collect them all, and then it has Skaar, Dr. Doom, and Scarlet Spider. So without further ado, I'm going to get him out of the package and we're going to check him out. Of course, here is his stand with the number 12 written on it, Doctor Strange. And here is the figure. He comes with pretty standard articulation. He kind of has the I love you hands or whatever, like Jimmy Superfly Snuka coming off the top rope, gonna take you out. And but I guess that's kind of like for him to be doing like the whole I'll cast a spell on you type thing. Standard articulation. He has some ab movement. His legs move right there, knees, feet. And he has another movement part right there. So he has a lot of articulation in his legs. So you can get some really cool poses with this figure. His tunic area kind of prohibits some of his leg movement. Not much, so I think you can still, if you work with him, you can get some really cool poses. Of course, he has like a belt hanging down. His cloak is right here. I love the red and the gold on the cloak, and also it kind of, well, not quite. At first I thought they were like puzzle pieces or something, but they're not. They're just really odd, strange shapes all along the cloak. I like the detail on that though. And of course it wraps around. His head has standard head articulation with his Sopranos type wings, gray wings or whatever. Let me pop this cloak off and kind of get a look at his body. And it looks like you have to kind of pop his head off in order to do that. So let's do that. Looks kind of goofy without his cloak on. The cloak really sets it off. But, standard shirt, top. He kind of has some leopard print spots around on his gloves there, so he's a little pimptastic. But overall, yeah, this guy looks pretty awesome. Like I said, I know who Doctor Strange is, and I'm kind of familiar with him, but I've never really read any of his comics. He's a really cool character, and the more I read about him, the more I like him. So I think I'm going to have to go back and read some of his comics and kind of see what they're doing with him currently. Because he's a very intriguing character. He just was never... I grew up reading X-Men and Spider-Man for the most part. I didn't really read too much of the other crazy Marvel characters. But overall, I love this figure. I love the detail, and I mean, he goes very well with the other figures in this wave. All of these, well, most of the figures in this wave are very well detailed, very look great. They did a fantastic job making the figures look great, and they've really stepped up their game as far as Marvel Universe figures. There's not as much kit bashing going on in this wave, and they've really made some really unique, cool figures. They're not just making another dozen Iron Man figures and Wolverine figures for you to get. So overall, I would give both these both these figures, very high scores, and I would definitely recommend picking them both up. If anything, for just the uniqueness of the characters and how cool they executed the figures. Alright, this has been Jason from Atomic Martians Toy Reviews. Don't forget to check out our blog at AtomicMartians.com and watch our weekly episodes right here on this channel, and subscribe if you like what you saw. See ya.